Haters are the bane of many Korean actors and actresses. They can be super annoying, spreading hate for basically every reason out there. But most notably, they single out acting abilities to bash. However, there have actually been many actors who successfully turned the table, making haters eat up their words with brilliant acting performances, and wowing the public at the same time. Today, find out who these people are, and how they've managed to convince even haters. Number 1. IU. Debuted to the acting field via the hit drama series Dream High, IU initially received good comments for daring to look ugly on the screen. She then continued to play leading roles in You Are the Best, Bbali, and The Producers. And while these series weren't criticized, IU was never praised as a good actress. Things took a turn for the worse when she starred in the famous series Moon Lovers, though. And as Koreans dubbed it, the drama was IU's biggest acting controversy of all time. Even with an all-star cast, Moon Lovers' ratings never peaked over 10%. And netizens were quick to blame the actress. They say that IU had lost face via the drama, that she was to blame for Moon Lovers' slump, that she's ruining the series while Chung-hee and Kang Han-ul were struggling to save it. Some even went as far as to badly comment on the actress's appearance, calling her too ugly, that she's not pretty enough for a lead role, and that she's Shin Bong-soon with no nose bridge. The impression that followed IU after this acting controversy was so harsh that when her new project My Mister was announced, she continued to be under fire. Netizens said that IU seemed to think that flopping Moon Lovers wasn't enough, questioned why she keeps acting, and said that it will be another failed drama to add to the list. However, these haters have soon turned on their heads, as IU managed to blow them away in this very series. As the series goes on, we can spot comments like, I like IU's acting, she's good, Lee Ji-eun is the best, and give Lee Ji-eun the Best Actress award. Viewers were crying as IU managed to pull off her character perfectly and deeply, calling My Mister a masterpiece, and thanking all the actors for presenting it beautifully until the end. And after My Mister, IU's career is only on the rise. The audience was wowed at how she pulled off 4 different looks in Persona, and then were all over her strong character in Hotel de Luna. Now, IU is widely recognized as a good actress, and she has certainly come a long way. Number 2. Dio. Being an idol-turned-actor means that you're always up against a lot of stigmas. Namely, people that always say you should stick to singing and nothing else. So when EXO's Dio was announced to join the cast of It's Okay, That's Love, along with seasoned actors like Jo In-sung and Gong Hyo-jin, the reaction can be said to not be the best. Namely, his lack of acting experience was somewhat brought to debate in initial episodes, with some calling the idol ugly, saying that Dio should stick to his job, and that producers should only allow idols who can act better than Lee Jun in MC1. However, all these Korean netizens soon made a U-turn, because the more Dio appeared on the screen, the better he delivered. The audience was pleasantly surprised, noting his improvement and making comments like, thought that he wouldn't be good at acting, but he turns out good. I was initially worried, but he did well. Felt that his acting became much better than the first time, and so on. And the feedback only gets more positive the more projects this actor took on. And his appearance in 100 Days My Prince had totally reformed public opinion regarding him being an acting idol. In discussion about this drama, we can spot comments like, he has been working his way up with supporting roles all this time. He has too much talent. Even my parents had no idea he was an idol and kept calling him cute. Now, the majority had to agree. Dio is a good actor, and perhaps was even born with acting talent. In fact, he had even won Best New Actor at the prestigious Blue Drama Film Awards, a dream of many experienced actors. And even haters can't deny that. Number 3. Kim Go-eun. Compared to IU and Dio, who faced initial criticism partly for being idol actors, Kim Go-eun had been an actress all throughout, and had displayed brilliant acting skills in her cinematic works like Coin Locker Girl, Memories of the Sword, and most recently, Tune In for Love. However, the actress had been the target of constant hatred for most of her works, only to prove the haters wrong every time. In Goblin, Go-eun had been said to be an acting hole, with initial comments like, I can't feel her charm. Kim Go-eun interrupts my immersion every time. And Kim Go-eun, what a shame. However, netizens were quick to change their minds after a few episodes. And these comments soon turned into, she's so good at acting. She gives off a special vibe unique to her, and She's perfect for the role. While Go-eun was cast as the female lead of The King, Eternal Monarch, we can also find negative reactions, like Kim Go-eun is just not attractive to male and female viewers. She's good enough for a supporting role, but absolutely not as the main lead. And Kim Go-eun's acting has always been the same. Some netizens even call her acting blah, just terrible, and even went as far as to say that she reminds them of a gag woman Ajuma. And even in her latest work, Yumi Cell, the actress had found herself at the center of hatred. Many netizens claim that Kim Go-eun does not even match Yumi, that they don't get why they keep casting her, and question, why was someone so completely wrong cast for the drama? And all these haters were soon proven wrong. Yumi Cell in general had been well received after it aired, and praises for Go-eun had been constant since. Kim Go-eun's acting is so good. Kim Go-eun is prettier the more I see it. And I was surprised that Yumi really suits her well. Comments like these can be easily found, and even Kim Go-eun herself had acknowledged such a drastic change. Before the show airs, people always say that I don't suit the role. But when the show starts, it all changes to she's pretty good, the actress said. Acting skills can make people go miles. And if anything, Go-eun is the living evidence of that. Number 4. Han So-hee. Han So-hee only entered the acting industry in 2017, and yet had already made a name for herself despite a limited filmography. However, this outstanding fame also means that she had been on the receiving side of hatred, both for her acting and background. In particular, after the success of The World of the Married, many people dug up Han So-hee's past, with various images of the actress smoking, having tattoos, and drinking. In response, So-hee's agency released statements regarding her background, how she came to Seoul with little money, worked as a host, and climbed all the way up to her position today. Yet the reception had not been on the positive side. She's a parlor girl, such a bottom-barrel life. She doesn't give off the vibe of someone who was raised with class, netizens said. Many people even suspected that the actress never went to school, and was probably a bully, all based on her past looks. However, as Han So-hee adorned many diverse roles throughout her career, public perception regarding the actress had also changed. Her acting performance in Nevertheless had proven her capability to many people. In topics regarding the drama, we can see comments like, her crying act here felt so real, her acting was so good, and I can relate with Han So-hee's character. But while Nevertheless still left the actress with a fair share of haters, who claimed that she lacks chemistry and doesn't look pretty, So-hee's newest performance in My Name had completely turned them around. Here, she went to action school just to perform her own stunts, dropped all makeup and stayed true to her winsome and tragic character. So, when the actress expressed that she doesn't want to only be known as pretty, the public had to agree. She's not insistent on sticking to the pretty roles. Cool of her to go for variety. I support her as an actress, and such a unique actress. Comments like these had proven Han So-hee had won over her haters. So, what do you think about these Korean actors and actresses? Have you been wowed by their talents? Do you know of any others that had proven their antis wrong? Feel free to comment your opinion. And if you want more videos like this, remember to like, share, and subscribe to bbalidrama. See ya!